It is time for the October fleet update here on HubNut. Are you ready, Tuck? So let's start with Tuck. She hasn't done a huge amount of mileage since we had our little road run, and that was a good run out, but yeah, we've got some serious transmission issues to look into. She's currently displaying our new HubNut stickers. We've got the internals back in stock again, and if you clean the window you can avoid getting lots of little bubbles behind the sticker. There you go, some fitting advice for you. But I have been trying to look into Tuck's issues, and if we head into the garage I can tell you a bit more about it, because in the garage, as well as our new shower screen which isn't yet fitted, we find Ellie, but more on Ellie in just a moment. Where have I put the pulleys? Right, I found the pulleys. I was sent this one by my mate Zell, but there's a slight problem with it. It shouldn't do that on its own. That is, it turns out there are no springs in it, so that's no good at all. But it might be useful for bits. The pulleys themselves are in good condition. So I dug out TP's unit. This is from the spare transmission. It was completely seized. It does now spit bits of WD-40 into my face, but nonetheless it does work, and you can see the gunk on that shaft as all the crap comes out of it. So I'm going to exercise that a few more times, try and get a bit less oil on it, because oil on the belts is not going to help our situation, and I'm going to swap that into Tuck, put a fresh belt on, which I have here. Although someone from the USA is apparently sending me some belts, so I might not use that one. I might have some other new belts, maybe fresher belts. They are made in the USA, so there you go. So yeah, that's the plan for Tuck. She's going to the NEC Classic Motor Show next month in November. It's about a month away now, in fact. Yes, it opens a month today, so that's becoming a priority to sort out. And yeah, so pulley shenanigans to occur. Right, shall we get on to Ellie? Well, Ellie's in here because she's leaking oil. I haven't found out where it's from. I have some suspicions it's either the oil cooler unions. Oil cooler sits behind the fan. It's effectively an oil cooled engine. It could be the push rod tubes where they go into the block, or it could be the oil feeds directly to the head. They can be a bit of a nightmare. And incidentally, if you've got a 2CV, do not go for the torque setting for those head bolts, not the head bolts, the oil feed bolts, because it's way over what it should be in the Haynes manual. They are soft as anything. You just need to try and nip them up, and because you're just nipping them up, there is an outside chance you might not do it quite enough. So I'm going to hope it's that. It could be the pipe itself, could be rotten. I need to investigate that, because otherwise she's not going anywhere. Right. What else? Well, the Fox, as you may know if you've watched the Motor Vision video, still waiting to find out what its future is going to be. Either we're going to get funding to make it electric and take it on a ridiculous road trip, or the plan B is I've got an engine sitting in the workshop, it needs a bit of fettling, drop that in and have an entirely different adventure. Maybe the same adventure, I don't know, but certainly that is the plan. The Fox hasn't moved. I occasionally roll it back and forwards just to make sure the brakes don't seize up, but otherwise she's just sitting here waiting for her moment to shine. And I'm just ventilating the interior at the moment. Nice sunny windy day. Behind it we have the Rover, and the Rover has been exceedingly busy. I bought it in the middle of July and I've done over 4,000 miles in it. It is spot on. Even Mrs. HubNut has driven it now. She drove it on the last trip. She didn't really wish to be filmed because yeah, she doesn't like jumping from car to car in quite the way I do. She gets used to one car and is quite happy, but she seemed to cope really well in it. She was driving quite quickly towards the end, so she was definitely getting a feel for the old Rover. So yeah, still one of the best purchases, and I'll do a video going into more detail about 4,000 miles in my 375 quid car soon. So what about the cars that aren't here? The Nipper is still going well. It's really due a cam belt, and should probably do water pump and give it a coolant change as well, because it's not had one of those in the 3.5 years we've owned it. The Matiz is still with Chris. Some fettling still to be done there. He's doing front brakes, and I think he's doing front wheel bearings as well, because you have to pull the hubs apart. It sounds a fun job. So I'm having to farm that out. I just don't have time for tinkering at the moment. It's very frustrating. That's why there are no tinkering videos, just no time. I'm stealing some time from my magazine editing schedule just to get this done. And what of the mighty Dacia? Anything to report there, Rich?
Not a lot.
No, there really isn't much to report on the Dacia. We're still awaiting parts. I need to chase that up. We're waiting for them to be sent over from Romania, and but then there's no desperate rush now. We've actually sawned the Dacia, taken it off the road for the winter. In the UK, you have to declare a car off the road, so the authorities are aware that you're not taxing it. I'm hoping that will stop it getting munched up by all the winter salt, which will just cause it to rust away in no time at all, and give us a chance to just stop driving the poor thing in its terrible state and actually get the bits, and hopefully come the spring it'll be running well again. Winter storage, always a problem. I took the 2CV off the road last winter and then spent ages trying to get it to run properly again. So I may try a fuel additive in it this time, try and stop the fuel going off. The ethanol in fuel does seem to stop it storing well. But there you go, that's the October fleet update on HubNut. Hopefully more tinkering soon, especially with the 2CV. And only leaves for me to say, don't forget to visit the HubNut shop, where we've got stickers, t-shirts, bags, all sorts. Visit hubnut.org. Subscribe before you go. Just hit the subscribe button that should be somewhere on your YouTube window. There should be a HubNut sign floating around somewhere. And thank you very much for watching. I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.